Hey guys, sup, Ryu here for the Council Network with Jessica Jones, Episode 5, aka The Sandwich Saved Me review. I'm still trying to understand the whole freaking name of the meaning behind the title, but maybe it's an inside joke or whatnot. So anyway, this episode is very backstory heavy to Jessica. And we actually see her and, Trish's relationship before Kilgrave and everything happened. And she knows that Malcolm's under Kilgrave's control, so she's trying to see, alright, where is he going? Maybe Kilgrave is, taking control of Malcolm, feeding him drugs, and he wasn't that way before, Kilgrave came into town. So Jessica obviously wants to save Malcolm at this point, and, get him away from Kilgrave. At the same time, she has a great idea of using the medication, the anesthetic from the past 2 episodes ago, to use it here to kidnap him, and, well, he wasn't that way. So that way he can't use his powers. So we get this epic scene of her following Malcolm in Central Park, nonetheless. We've been to Central Park, like I have. It's a big-ass park, so they had tons of fun from what I could see playing this. We get one hell of a fucked up scene where Kilgrave tells a guy who's telling him, "This ain't a library, you gonna pay for that?" He basically tells him, "You, pick up the coffee, throw it into your face." And the poor guy has to. Like, that's just the nuts. So she hasn't, at the beginning of the episode, she just followed him, find out. We also find out that Trish is, she got a relationship going on with the cop that almost killed her. So, you get this freaking cop that almost kills you, and you decide, hey, I want to ride him. Okay. So, we're getting a lot of relationship build up here. The cop is helping Jessica find Kilgrave and all that. It's all the build up. It's all the build up. But they have this room that basically takes out superpowers. It pretty much nullifies them, and, it's like a giant trap. So this is going to be the thing. Obviously, I know what the sandwich saved me is, thinking back to it now. But this is going to be where they put Kilgrave to basically hold him hostage, get him to admit so they can get hope out of it, and then take it from there. So the sandwich that saved me actually comes from scene in the episode where this is, again, flashbacks, where Jessica's working as a sandwich, handing out flyers. There's a little kid that was pretty much about to get hit by a car, and Jessica's in the sandwich suit, of course, uses her strength to keep the car away from the little kid. So the little kid tells her, "Mommy, the sandwich saved me," and that's pretty much where you get your title from. Poor Jessica feels, bad for Malcolm, because honestly, I think she feels guilty about it. We get a lot of Trish and, I want to say, Nuke. Their relationship build up here in this episode, very much build up, but they're supporting cast. Pardon me. It's been quite a few hours with Civil War and everything else. We get another scene of Jessica with Hope, basically, more dialogue happening, and then we also get another flashback, and this is the flashback that the comic book readers will actually recognize. Trish shows Jessica, "Hey, why don't you wear this costume?" This is the costume that she actually wears in the comic book when she's Jewel. Now, in the Netflix series, she was never Jewel. She was just Jessica, who has basically semi-flying powers and super strength. In the comic book, she could fly straight out and has super strength. So, take that for what you will. I think they dumbed her down a little bit. It made it better, honestly, because it would have just been a little bit too crazy. So, we also get a line, touching upon that, we also get a line in one of the flashbacks. "Well, you have money, you have everything you could ever want. Why don't you put on the costume and play superhero?" And then Trish says to her, "I would if I could." That could be build up for season 2, you could take it that way, eventually, that she'll become Hellcat, and you basically team up with the Defenders, but we'll see how that plays out during the rest of the season. If not season 2, then the rest of the season. But yeah. So basically, Jessica's whole plan is to have Nuke Trish in in a giant cop van, stalker van. We're going to get Kilgrave. Of course, something goes wrong because the cop gets too close to him. So she goes, "Hey, asshole!" And he goes, "Oh fuck." He just has that "oh fuck" look, but then he gets him because he's able to shoot him with the tranq dart, and they try to kidnap him and put him in. Little did they know that he's got an army of people that are paid to protect him. He's a client. So obviously they kidnap one of those guys. They're like, "All right, who the hell are you? If you don't stop lying to me, I'm gonna cut your knee up." Nuke is one sick fuck. Not completely 100% up to his comic standards just yet, but he's getting there. He's getting there. Then we actually get the flashback of all flashbacks. We see Jessica save Malcolm, and then Kilgrave walks into it. The way it worked in the comics was that Kilgrave was saved by Jessica, and obviously took it from there. In the Netflix original series, it's basically that he brainwashes her after she saves Malcolm. That's some fucked up shit. He takes Malcolm too, so that way Malcolm can't do anything. So she's got Malcolm tied in the bathroom, and she's trying to get him to, be on Kilgrave. So there's a lot of backstory, a lot of build-up in this episode. And I think I said in yesterday's review that build-up is pretty much one of the most important things. We actually see Kilgrave recovering, and then obviously she's on the phone with him, and that's pretty much end of story right there. It's a lot of build-up for what's still yet to come. We didn't get too much into this episode, so it's like 2 episodes of build-up. But like with Daredevil, there was a lot of build-up to Kingpin, so I feel it was needed. It's the same kind of thing. So I'm going to give it a 9.0 out of 10. Still very strong, emotional episode. This gave backstory and character development to Jessica before she went through hell. And there's still more backstory to come, and it will flesh out the rest of her character, why she's always so pissy and whatnot. And it's a lot of fucked up shit. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to come back tomorrow for another Jessica Jones review, and I will see you then on